is good, Patreon family? It is your boy Ray here with another conversation. I'll ride with vibe is what I like to call it. How's everyone's morning doing? If it is morning where you're at right now, it's morning right now, and I'm feeling like crap. I have stomach issues. I'm not feeling good, but I gotta get to work. So that's where we at right now. But I would like to have a conversation today about open-mindedness when it comes to certain hot topics in this crazy world that we live in. Now, I would like to say that I am a very open-minded person about a lot of situations. One of the reasons why you don't really see me talk about certain things a lot is because I don't want to push no type of agenda, and I don't want people to think that I'm pushing some type of agenda. At this point in this world and in my life, I'm in a stage. I'm in a room of positivity. I just want to keep positivity around me, and that's all. Because too much negative tends to live into your brain and tends to change people and change people's perspective and how they act towards others. I'm not with that. I'm about positivity, love, caring about each other, no matter who you are, no matter what's your race, what's your gender, no matter what it is. Everything else is irrelevant to me. Everything else is just, it's pointless for me to even have an opinion because I'm not going through what that person is going through. So my opinion really doesn't fucking matter. I don't care about what anybody else thinks about me. I don't care about how people think about the things I do and the way I am. That's me, that's who I am, and I'm not gonna apologize for any of it. But I feel like if I'm not going through a certain, whatever situation people are going through, like let's say the transgender community, the LGBTQ community, the different races, different religions, what they go through. If I'm not in that and I don't do research and I'm not studying it and I don't know 100% what that person's going through, therefore I should not have no opinion on nothing. I'm not the smartest man in the world. I don't know everything, but at the same time, neither does half the people on social media. They're not professionals at what they do. That's just their honest opinion, and you have to respect it. You have to respect the person's honest opinion. If they feel a certain way about something, you can't say nothing about it. That's how they feel. I don't feel like it's a good waste of time to sit there and have a debate about a certain subject or a certain whatever with a person that is just as unknowledgeable as me about a certain situation. I'm not a scholar. I don't have a PhD on any of this subject, so therefore my opinion and my whatever I think doesn't matter. I'm not saying that I don't voice my opinions around my friends and my family and have debates between my friends and my family in an inner circle, but I don't feel like it's necessary for me to go and put that all out on social media. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here more for positivity. I'm here for love, fun, smiles. That's what I'm here for. I feel like I was put on this platform to bring that type of energy. But it'll be dumb of me to make a comment on somebody's post if they're portraying or they're putting out there how they feel about something. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place with this, but I'm getting to the meats and potatoes. Last night I did an Upchurch reaction. And the Upchurch reaction that I did in the beginning, I made a comment. And this was just for a lot of people that know a little bit more about me and pretty much hit me up on my Instagram and asked me how did I feel about what Upchurch said about the transgender community. So those of you that don't know, I have a transgender son. I firsthand know what transgenders go through. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I know what they go through. My child came to me and my wife at the age of 8 years old. Now think about that, 8 years old. And in my house, my both kids at 8 years old, they didn't have a phone. They were not in social media. They didn't have no Facebook accounts. They didn't have no Instagram accounts. They didn't have any of that. So their social media presence was very minimal. Because we decided as I say my wife and me, we decided that at 8 years old, it's a little bit too young for us to let our kids see exactly how this world is. That's how it starts messing their heads, because the kids are they're like sponges. Whatever they see, they attack. My sons, both of them, got their first phones at the age of 13 years old. But their phones are monitored between me and my wife to make sure they're not doing something stupid in there and shit like that. Cool. My son came to me and my wife at the age of 8. I think it was 8. It had to be 8. 8 years old. Not saying that he was transgender. Saying I feel different. I feel weird. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what to call it. Through talking to psychiatrists and talking to a lot of people and taking tests and trying to figure out what's going on, we found out that he is transgender. That's what he was feeling inside. Now, on Upchurch's point, I understand. I get what he was trying to say. I get that there's a lot of these transgender people in the transgender community that want to push the agenda so much that sometimes they make themselves sound stupid. They try to push it and they try to force it down people's throat too much in the social media aspect of the transgender community. That doesn't mean that every transgender person is that way. After me and my wife saw that video that Upchurch put, I went to my child and I asked him, do you want me to keep on reacting to Upchurch or no? Because if you feel disrespected by what he said and you feel a certain way, you're my child and you come before all this YouTube shit. So if I lose the Upchurch following, then I lose the Upchurch following. It is what it is. But you're my child. I don't want to lose my child. My child came to me and said, look, it did bother me, Dad, but you keep on doing what you're doing. People love you. I'm not going to stop that from happening. You do what you have to do. But it'll be nice for people to know where you stand in that subject. So that's exactly what I did. Yesterday, I stand in that subject, and I 110% do not agree with anything that Upchurch said. I understand why he would say that, or why he would feel that way. I do understand it. Because like we were saying, these people that are pushing the agenda too much, where it's almost like kind of forcing it down our throats. The way a lot of people saying the government is pushing the agenda a lot, like they were pushing the Black Lives Matter agenda back in a couple years ago. It's all an agenda. I understand what he means by that. I get it. Do I agree with it? No, because you're talking about my child. At the end of the day, you're not specifying who you're talking about. You're putting them all in one group. I cannot agree with it. I can't agree with it at all. Because that's not all transgender people. There's a lot of quiet transgender people out there that are just living their lives and trying to be happy. They're doing the same exact thing that you're doing. They're trying to find happiness. And just like every other group of people in this world, you're gonna get your fucking nuts. You're gonna get your people that shouldn't be on camera talking about this at all, because they just don't have the knowledge and they don't have the common sense to make it make sense to anybody. For example, I saw a video, and real quick, this is the video that I saw on TikTok. It was a woman defending the transgender community against Piers Morgan, I think it was. And Piers Morgan said, so if I wake up one day and I say, I feel like I am a black lesbian woman. She was like, well, that's a little bit ridiculous. But yet the sentence before she said, being transgender, being in that part, it's limitless. If you feel a certain way, if you feel like somebody different, or if you feel like, it's limitless. But when Piers Morgan says, I feel this way, she was like, well, that's kind of, you're making fun of it now. It's like, I'm not making fun of it. What happens if I wake up one day and I feel like a black lesbian woman? So should I? And she didn't know what to say. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. These people that are pushing this agenda, these people that are on social media interviewing, getting interviewed, get your shit in order. Make it make sense to everybody else, because the way sometimes some of these people, the way they explain it, it's just not making sense to everybody out there. The agendas of changing, the transgender men could go into women's bathrooms and share bathrooms with. If I have to pee, I have to fucking pee. I don't really give a shit what bathroom I use. How is that a big issue? How is that a big issue? People say, oh, do you really want a transgender person to go and share a bathroom in public with your child? Well, you don't know who's a fucking pedophile out there, do you? So you don't know who's sharing a bathroom with your child when you're out in public. Your child could be taking a piss right next to a pedophile and you don't know that. I think I want my kids protected more from a pedophile than I do from a transgender person. You see where your priorities are not in order? You see where shit gets kind of a little bit fucking twisted? There's a lot more dangerous and a lot more fucking crazy fucking people out there than just a regular transgender person. It doesn't mean anything. The transgender community, there's, like I said, just like in every community, just like the Black Lives Matter community, just like the KKK community, just like all this shit, they're all pushing an agenda, and they're going to be a bunch of fucking nuts in each community. They're going to push their own agenda the way they want to. Do not group them up with all the rest of the people out there that are just trying to live their life and be happy. Open-mindedness, it's crazy how it works when you actually use it the right way. I get where the fear comes. I understand everything that Upshur said in that video. I get and I understand it 100%. I get where he's coming from. I do. Don't agree with it. Not at all. But that's his own thoughts. And like I said, I still love him. I still respect his music. I still love his music. I'm still going to react to him. And it's still going to be the same thing. Nothing's going to change the way I feel about him. Just because I don't agree with some things that he said on something. In order for me to show people how I truly am inside is the reason why I'm trying to do these videos for you guys in the Patreon, because this just gonna show exactly where I stand on certain subjects and certain things that's going on in this crazy fucking world. And it sucks sometimes, because when I have kids that are being bullied, and when I have kids that are being talked down on and everything just because they feel a certain way or whatever the case is, it hurts me as a parent, because when they hurt, I hurt. So, but like I told my son, listen, we already had this conversation a long time ago, and you already know this. You cannot let what people say get under your skin. You just can't do it. You're not going to live a happy life being that way. You have to learn how to be open-minded and understand. And my son did tell me, I get where he's coming from with everything that he's saying. I just don't agree with him putting it out on social media with the aggression and the way he delivered it. He delivered it with a lot of aggression, and he delivered it with a lot of hate. And he doesn't agree with promoting that type of stuff on social media. He doesn't agree with it at all. He doesn't, not only for the transgender, but on anything. My kids all get really frustrated and really upset. We have these conversations with my kids all the time about how everyone mentally is out in social media talking about these subjects and how much it's hurting people and not stopping the violence and not stopping the hate and not stopping anything. I promote positivity. I promote laughter. I promote all that. Because there's so much in this social media stuff and in the internet, there's so much, it's so much negativity that is sickening. If you really follow my social medias, you'll see that I don't really post that much. I don't really comment on other people's things that much. When it has to do with music, when I have an opportunity, hell yeah, because that's a different type of thing. When it comes to Eminem posting something or NF posting something or anybody like that posting something, and I agree or I like what they say, I'm going to retweet it, I'm going to repost it, I'm going to make a comment on it, just because I love music. But you will never find me sitting there having a full-fledged conversation about any of this with anybody at any time. That's not what I want to put on my feed. That's not what I want to put on my timeline. I don't want to see any of that. Because once I say one thing, then a whole bunch of dumb people start commenting other things on it. And then it's going to be an all-out war on the comment sections. And then at the end of the day, at the end of all of it, nothing was solved. Everything stood the same. Nothing changed. Nothing got better. Nothing got worse. It all stood the same. Sometimes in life, this is a main thing. Sometimes in life, we think that we're more important than what we are. We have to learn our own fucking lane and understand that we're not that important. Especially in this social media shit. We're not that important. So our opinions really is not going to change anything. You want freedom of speech. I want to say what I want to say when I want to say it. Cool. So if, let's say you're saying something about the LGBT community and it's on the negative point, and let's just say that you are a big supporter and you are have a big movement on the Black Lives Matters. So you being able to say what you want to say about the LGBT community, that means that I can say whatever I want to say about the Black Lives Matters community. It's fair game after that, isn't it? So you can't get mad for anything that I say because I'm doing the same thing you're doing and being open about how I feel about certain subjects. But at the end of the day, whether you're Black Lives Matter, whether you're the LGBT community, no matter where you at, or what group you affiliate yourself with, Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. You're not that important in this world to change anything. All you're doing is pushing the agenda of hate, fighting, war for nothing. Because you yourself as a person is not gaining anything from that. And if you are gaining subscribers because of your negativity, and if you're gaining views because of your negativity, then you just got famous on hate. And I'd rather stay at 58,000 subscribers for the rest of my life than get 1 million subscribers that is nothing but hate on the comment sections or hate around me. So you guys can all have that. I get transgender. That whole thing is a very hot topic right now, and everybody wants to talk about it, and everybody wants to get the views, and everybody wants to get the comments, and everybody wants to get all that other stuff. Cool. That's why I'm doing this on my Patreon page. I'm not giving this type of conversation. I'm not getting indebted with this type of conversation to put out in the public to just keep on spreading more hate or keep on talking about the situation out in public like this. This is a family conversation I'm having with my family. So it's different. It's a completely different scenario what we're doing right now. Because I will never post this video on YouTube to promote anything. I will never post this on any of my social medias to promote anything. This is just for me and my family that is in the Patreon right now. I appreciate my children, the openness and the open-mindedness that my children have. Me and my wife, I believe, and not to toot my own horn, but I believe me and my wife did an absolute wonderful job raising our kids, because they're a little bit older now. My transgender son right now is 18 years old. Mind you, he came out and told us, or we found out when my child was 8 years old. So for 10 whole years, my child has been living this transgender life. And you know what I found out? Once he found out who he really was, the depression went away, the anxiety went away. When me and my wife told our child, we support you no matter what. We support. I got you. Whatever you need. We don't understand it fully because we just don't understand it. Because instead of people going on social media and helping others understand the transgender community and how is it to feel a certain way, we just get people that have no common sense representing that community. We have to start getting more smarter people out there to actually break it down for everybody, so everybody can be on the same page and understand it. But my child, we found out our child was transgender before being transgender was a popular thing on social media. And we kept it down low because he kept it down low. He's normal. A normal child goes to school, hangs out with his friends, goes to the pool, goes to the beach, drives around with his friends, does everything that a normal person fucking does. There's no different in being transgender to being a heterosexual, a homosexual. It doesn't matter. It's a human being that lives and breathes and is fighting for the same thing that you're fighting for. Happiness and unity. That's all. It's not that fucking hard. People think too much into this type of shit and start, it gets to a point where they stop thinking logically and they start thinking and talking emotionally. And that's where you fuck up. Your emotions take over and you sound dumb. In both sides. Not just one, on both sides. Open-mindedness is key on all these situations. Being open-minded, it's open-minded for a reason, because it opens up a whole new avenue of thinking. You understand people more. It feels good. It feels good being open-minded, because I don't affiliate myself with nobody. I love everyone. I don't care who you are. It's freeing to not have that chain to I'm just with this one person. It feels good to be open and being and doing what I want to do and say what I want to say, and it's a beautiful thing. Guys, this video has been going on forever. But I appreciate you guys. Please put down in the comments down below how you guys feel about this. Let's as a family, as a Patreon family, let's start having this little conversation. Let's see where we're at. If we could come up with some ideas to try to make it better or try to make it more united and more, positive, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. I love you guys. I still got about 20 more minutes to work. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this installment episode of A Ride with Vibe. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. Got videos coming tonight. I love all of you. Have a great day, great morning, great afternoon. Wherever you are in the world knows Vibes loves you. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. Peace.